In the 38th year of the Fourth Era, there once lived a great warrior named Voontime. He owned a home in the center of the city of Windhelm in Skyrim. As with all great warriors, Voontime would inevitably meet his fate, and his son, Diracht, in honor of his father, would light a candle and place it in his father's home. From this point on, the flame of the candle would never cease. This is the legend of Candlehearth Hall. "163 years later, Voontime's home has been repurposed into an inn, a place where the people of Windhelm can go and rest, and observe the magnificent flame that is burned to this day. We learn of the story from a conversation with Elda Earlydawn, who has run the inn for almost 30 years. Elda seems to be concerned with the candle, as whenever we're done speaking with her, she will often remind us about it.
Mind you don't put out that candle on the hearth upstairs.
Despite her warning, it is nonetheless impressive the candle hasn't been put out since it was lit over a century ago. Men and women come and go from this inn, and incredibly, over this entire span of time, not one person has ever put it out, neither because of their own ill will, or even by accident. It is also unknown how the candle has gone so long without entirely melting through. These unique attributes cause us to ponder just what may be truly responsible for sustaining its everlasting flame. Mysteries such as this often have explanations which lay silently, waiting to be uncovered by those with the patience and tenacity required to find their answers. There are many possible explanations for this phenomenon. One of them may be that of magical influence. The notion of the ability to create and control magical flames is one well established throughout all of Tamriel, being commonly practiced by both apprentice and master destruction mages alike. It is possible that such a mage may have some reason for prolonging the candle's flame. There are, however, no mages who are permanent residents of the inn, and even if there were, they would have to be elven, as only elves possess the lifespans necessary to explain the extraordinary amount of time the candle is burned. This explanation seems to be the least likely, due to these reasons. In addition, it is possible the candle may simply be a small enchanted curiosity, something an enchanter created as a unique oddity, or a small decoration to impress the easily entertained. The possibility of Elda's involvement in the flame's existence should not be ignored, however. It is possible Elda fabricated the story, maybe to draw more people into the inn, under the guise of a magical candle, and the story behind its mysterious past. Although disappointing, this may be true, as there is no mention of the candle or the inn's history from anywhere else in Skyrim, besides the story Elda tells us. She is our only source of knowledge regarding the inn's past, and has every opportunity each night to replace the candle with a new one, while the patrons sleep downstairs. Elda also never tells us how she came to be the owner of Candlehearth Hall. The descendants of Voontime and Diracht are never mentioned anywhere, not even in Elda's story, which is yet another suggestion that she may be lying. It is also strange that nowhere else in Skyrim can we find any evidence of the previous owners of the inn, or its construction. Assuming Elda's story is true, we can speculate even further as to the candle's existence. It is easy for one to assume that, similar to the way one's soul may be captured with a spell when they die, that Voontime's soul was somehow transferred into the candle when he died. This is highly unlikely, as Elda said Dirac lit the candle only after word it came that Voontime had passed on. It is not impossible, though. There is one race which has, in the past, possibly harnessed the energy of souls and directed it into physical constructs. The Dwemer. These mechanical creatures have existed for thousands of years. Little is known of them, though one thing seems apparent. Each one has its own unique soul gem, which houses a soul inside. The Dwemer were a very mysterious people, however, and the ways their machines were crafted is no exception to that. While it is possible the soul and gem are directly responsible for controlling and giving life to the machines, no one truly knows if this is the case. If this is the way they function, it may make sense that perhaps the candle is acting as a soul gem, one which somehow absorbed Voontime's soul, a soul which now serves to keep the candle lit, for now and for eternity. Another idea involves an explanation that is relatively simpler than most others, an explanation that many also find most likely. When people die, it is sometimes common for their souls not to pass on to whatever world awaits them next. This can happen for many reasons, but the result is a spirit whose energy is devoted to remaining on Nirn. Although Voontime's ghost may not manifest entirely within Candlehearth Hall, it is possible that he may still have some connection to this place. Some part of him he left behind, to return the honor that his son gave him so long ago. This flame may simply be an old warrior's last bond to the world he lived in, and a reminder to us all not to let the fire of our own hearts ever die down. But what do you believe? Is the legend of Candlehearth Hall merely a lie, one devised by Elda to increase business to her inn, at the small expense of a few melted candles and unaware guests? Or is there something more to this mystery? Something involving hidden magics, or even forces long forgotten, lost to time? Perhaps we may never know. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Koo, and I'll see you in the next video.